So hi guys, this is a model of the bone, and the bone cells, each of this circle is called a osteon. Okay, each of this circle, so they are like concentric rings, right? So in the center, this is called central canal, and this is why bone is called live, because it has the blood vessels going through it, the arteries and the veins and even the nerves. Okay, but around this central canal, you see in the concentric circles, we see some cells, these dark cells which kind of look like little bugs. They are actually the mature bone cells called osteocytes. Okay, so each of this osteocyte is actually, if we see here, is sitting, these are osteocytes. Okay, so these osteocytes are sitting in the lacunae, an empty space. Okay, so all these concentric circles that we are seeing, these are called lamellae. So one of this osteon here is pulled out like this, so we can see the orientation of the lamellae. So if this one is going clockwise, the next one is going to go counterclockwise. Then this one is clockwise, this one is going to go counterclockwise. That's how these lamellae are arranged in the concentric rings. Now, apart from this, we see this, the outer layer of the bone is called periosteum. It's at the periphery, so periosteum. And this, from here till here, this is called dense bone. Okay, this is dense. And then we have this inner layer called endosteum, and if you see, we can see a lot of air spaces in here, and that is your spongy bone. The spongy bone has things called trabeculae. These are trabeculae. These are trabeculae, and they have a lot of air spaces. That's why this bone is kind of loose and spongy. Another term we use for the spongy bone is cancellous. So you may see that on some slides. Another thing that I want to mention here is that the cancellous bone or the spongy bone has the red bone marrow, and when you are a child, then you have lots of red bone marrow in this space in the spongy bone. But when we grow up as adults, all the bone marrow is replaced with the yellow bone marrow, which is fat cells. Okay, and we can see how the blood supply is going through these are called perforating canals on the side. Also, these are called perforating canals. You can see how each osteon is nourished with this blood vessels. That's how the blood supply takes place throughout the bone tissue. Although it may look it is not live, but because of the presence of these blood vessels through these perforating canals, we can see how the nutrients and are reaching to each and every part of the bone. Actually, are these okay? Yeah. So one thing I wanted to mention, that the osteocyte in the lacunae has these processes which are called canaliculi. These canaliculi, singular is canaliculus. So these are like channels that are inside the osteon that connect the lamellas together and helps in again the exchange of the nutrients and other processes, like even the waste material and everything that needs to get out. So all that communication and transportation takes place through these canaliculi. See how they are interconnecting all the cells in the lamellae, in the osteon. And yes, diaphysis. Okay, this this is the long bone, and this is split into half longitudinally. And if we look at it, this is the outer layer is the periosteum, right? And then you can see there is compact bone here, and this compact bone, and inside the you have the spongy bone. You can see how it's spongy, forming a network. All these trabeculae forming a network, right? So this is spongy bone. The cavity inside is important to know, is called the medullary cavity. Okay, and if we look at this end, this is called epiphyseal end. Okay, so this up till here is, from here to here is epiphyseal, and then this also is the epiphyseal end on the other side, and this in between is called diaphysis. So the shaft of the bone is your diaphysis, okay, from here to here roughly. Okay, and let's see if yes, we already spoke about the compact bone. This is the compact bone, very it's not too much in width, but the inside is your spongy bone. On the epiphyseal ends mainly you have the red bone marrow. Okay, and this is a lot more when you are younger.